Good morning, everybody. This is Titi Angie. Today I'm going to be making some sofrito. Sofrito is the Puerto Rican base that we use to make everything. So if you're making some pasteles and you're going to make your meat, this is what you're going to be using. If you're making arroz con gandules, again, you're going to start with sofrito. Sofrito is very easy, but it can be done in many different ways. Lots of different families do different recipes. I'm going to give you the one my mom makes. This is Doña Ofelia's sofrito. So let me tell you what the ingredients are. It is, of course, I make a big batch, so this is what a big batch will do. It is 3 red peppers, and then you'll have the same amount of green peppers. These are about the good size that I like. They're about medium. Anything bigger, you can use, of course, whatever you have. Smaller, bigger. I like the medium-sized ones because they just give you a really good amount. It just comes out perfect. All right. You're going to use a lot of garlic. I say about 2 nice cloves or heads of garlic. I usually will not peel them. Peeling them takes a lot of energy and it's so time consuming. Is it better? Absolutely. Fresher is better. I happen to go to a wonderful grocery store here where I live, and they have these already done for you. Now, the way they come is, of course, just peeled. You can cut off the tops right here. It doesn't require it. But, hey, if you want to, please, by all means, do. I'm just going to take these, put them in the food processor, and blend. The hardest part of blending it is not really the other ingredients, it's the garlic. You really want it to be in a nice, small, minced way. All right, so that's about a clove and a half, a head and a half. I keep saying clove, but it's really a head and a half. And then, of course, you're going to want to use some of this. This is called recao. It is also called culantro if you're in the stores. It's not readily available in your everyday grocery store. Maybe sometimes in the international sections you'll find it. It has a very distinct smell and it's so delicious. So you really want to get this if you can. If you cannot, that's okay too. You can just get a nice head of regular cilantro and it gives it a little bit of a different flavor, but hey, it's still delicious. I actually like the way cilantro smells, but I'm used to either or. My mom uses both, and if she can't get her recao, she will use her cilantro, which is more readily available in any supermarket that you go to. So what we'll do is clean these up, cut them up. I take out the insides of the where the little seeds are at, clean them up, halve them, and put them in my handy dandy food processor. I love this baby. She's old, she's wonderful, she does her job very, very well. You'll pulse it, I say, with that much ingredients, 10 minutes. You're good to go. What you're looking for is a consistency that is not quite soupy, but has a little bit of the items in there, all the ingredients are still in there, nicely chopped up. What you're gonna do is store this after you're done. Now, I see you're probably asking, why is Titi Angie not using onions? Good question. I'm glad you asked. The reason being is that onions can spoil very quickly. So you are going to want to store your sofrito, and you're going to want to either probably have it ready in the fridge, not my recommendation, but some people do, or you can freeze it. Freezing will allow it to stay longer, and your onions may make it better through that. They just don't hold very well. When you're making your dishes, if you want some onions, I usually will dice them, and so does my mom. Just dices them up and drops them in there. You're good to go. The same situation is going to happen anyways, and you'll get that good flavor. Either way, you're welcome to add onions. I would say a yellow onion because they're very good and they're very potent. And so that's what you can add to this. The white onions are just as good. I think they're a little sweeter, but not my favorite. I love a yellow onion. I can cry. I know it's smelling good when I'm crying. And it's tasting good too. So those are your main ingredients. You put them in here, pulse them up, And then you want to store your sofrito. There are lots of ways of storing your sofrito. My mom likes to like put them in butter dishes, so she'll kind of keep all those dishes that she gets from when she gets butter, or even the Chinese soup dishes, you know, those Chinese soup containers. Fabulous. You could also use any kind of Tupperware that has a seal. What you're looking for is a good seal. So here is, sorry, that was my blender there. This is what my mom will use. It's just basically a container, has a lid. There's her sofrito. This one is in the refrigerator right now because I'm going to use it later on to make my carne for my pasteles. And so this is what it'll look like. Really what you're going for is, again, that great seal. This can be stored in the freezer or in the refrigerator. If you're storing it in the refrigerator, I would not leave it more than a couple days because it will not last very long. If you freeze it, just know that this is going to be frozen solid, and so you will have to let it defrost a little bit, enough for you to be able to cut out or spoon out what you're looking for. Not the most ideal situation, so if you have baggies, baggies are great. If you're using baggies, you have to double baggie them because it is a potent smelling product. It is so overwhelmingly delicious to smell, but it will take and permeate throughout your entire freezer or refrigerator. And so a lot of your food will start smelling and tasting like sofrito. So just giving you a heads up on that. But this is a really good storage situation. Again, not the best if you're trying to make, you know, food every day, because, you know, it'll be frozen solid. What I like to do, and my mom is getting ready to start doing, is using these little ice cube trays. This is great because these are actually silicone right here. You just pop, 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 pop. Of course, and it comes with a lid, so you can go ahead and freeze it solid like I have done yesterday. This is yesterday's sofrito. It's usually easier to get off. There you go. See? Boom. Now you have pretty much what you would want to use. So they're already portioned out. Look how easy they just pop right out. See? You just go like that, and there you have a really nice portion size. And then what I do is I keep them in baggies like that. So you can see your sofrito. Isn't that just perfect? I'm just gonna use that, drop a couple cubes in there until I'm happy, and boom, I'm eating my food. Now, you may notice this was a little bit of a red color. I use a lot of red peppers. You can use more green peppers. You can use ají dulces, which is what you would normally have included in this, but since this is the winter time, it is cold, it is November, and ají dulces, they're only grown, and they're grown, you know, my mom grows her own peppers, but they are only available in the summertime. So your summer sofrito is different than your winter sofrito, just because that one ingredient isn't readily available. So this one that I was showing you here does have the ají dulces. It smells delicious. Oh my God. It has a very different and distinct smell than your regular winter sofrito, which is mostly going to be your garlic that you're smelling and your recao and all that other stuff. But if you have ají dulces, great. You can use those, and you can add them in. The recipe won't change. You may just need maybe about a handful of peppers. They're tiny, and I wish I had some, but I just don't because it's the winter time. They're about this big, cute little bell peppers, the little peppers. They look kind of like habaneros, but they're not hot, and they have a really good flavor. It's very sweet, but not too sweet. It's just delicious. I can't describe it other than it's just delicious. So that is your basic sofrito recipe, and these are your ingredients. So a bunch of one head or one bunch of your culantro, recao, two heads of garlic, peeled, ready to roll, 3 wonderful red peppers, and the same of green peppers, and put them in here, cut up, pulse, 10 minutes. You're good to go. If you don't have a food processor, a blender is fine. It's just that a blender will liquefy very quickly and you'll end up with more of a soupy texture. If you like that, that's fine too. I'm not judging, and I'm not gonna tell you how to do it, but you want it to be able to see at least some of the pieces of the different ingredients. So with that being said, if you have a blender, use the blender and store how you like. My situation is this. I love it, easy to do. I'm going to finish up with this, bag it up. I have a little bit more that I have to add to this tray. I only have like 2 trays, but at Amazon they sell these really big things where it comes with a multiple trays and then a very large box where it's sealed that you can put all your sofrito in instead of putting it in baggies. For me, I use the baggies because of the space. That's basically my only situation. I have 1 freezer. My mom has 2 freezers, so she can do like something dedicated to one certain item, but I just have 1 freezer. So because of that space, I'm going to store it in baggies. I'm going to double bag it. Once I finish both my bags, I'm going to put it in a larger bag so that it is double bagged and you won't smell anything, hopefully, in my freezer, because I like ice cream, and ice cream, sofritos, ice cream doesn't really taste that good. But anyways, so I hope you come back and see me tomorrow. I'm going to be making my carne for my pasteles and using my sofrito. So Puerto Rican Cooking 101, sofrito. All right, bye.